Do you want to plan an average, run-of-the-mill trip to Disneyland Paris? Or do you want to plan a trip that will be unique and make others jealous? If it's the second option, then keep watching, as I'll give you all the tips. Make those restaurant reservations. For people who are staying in Disneyland Paris hotels, you're able to make your restaurant reservations up to a whole year before your trip. The reservations are done via the Disneyland Paris app, and some of the more popular restaurants, such as Captain Jack's in the main Disneyland Paris park, Bistro Chez Remy in the Walt Disney Studio Park, and the downtown restaurant in the Art of Marvel Hotel, get snapped up almost instantly, it feels like. And don't get me started on the character dining, that goes even quicker. My advice is to make a list of places that you would like to dine in. Have a look on the app to see what is available, as a lot of people don't book their Disneyland Paris trip 12 months out, and then make your reservations. You may think that doing this so far out from your holiday is a little strange, because how would you know that you want a steak at 1 o'clock on your second day at Bistro Chez Remy's, a year out from your holiday? But if you know that it's a place that you definitely want to eat, and you enjoy that type of food anyway, go ahead and book it. Plus, if you change your mind later on down the line, don't forget to cancel that reservation to free that table up for others to have that opportunity to dine there. But as I've said, do your research. Check out the menus on the Disneyland Paris app. Make a list of where you would like to dine and then make those reservations. Keep up to date with closures. You make the most perfect itinerary of what you would like to do whilst you're in the parks. And this could all have to change when you get there and a couple of the rides that you really wanted to do are closed due to maintenance, or a show that you have been dreaming and waiting so long to see is closed for its annual break. On the Disneyland Paris app, you can see if a ride is closed or if a particular show is off. There are also loads of groups on social media with people who are currently in the parks and updating you in that group whether a ride is down or if a show is off. And also, I'll keep you up to date with things that are going on or if anything is due to close. Another thing to be aware of before you even book your trip to Disneyland Paris are those price increases. A Disneyland Paris trip or any Disney trip is expensive to start with, and those price increases can be devastating. Now, there are savings such as the free on-site parking for people who are staying in Disneyland Paris hotels, or if you're staying at the Davy Crockett Ranch, you do get free parking at the parks, which makes a massive difference when saving for your holiday. We have all experienced price increases throughout the parks, such as the park tickets, the hotels, and even the food is costing a lot more. We saw a noticeable difference, not a huge amount, but a noticeable difference between prices in 2022 and then when we went back in May this year. Price increases are not a new thing to Disneyland Paris holidays. It just means that you need to be aware. And even if you know about the prices, just leave yourself a little wriggle room in your trip budget. That way you can be prepared for any sneaky price increases that happen just before your holiday. Something that I always forget about and then are abruptly reminded of as soon as I walk into a hotel room. And that includes the on-site hotels at Disneyland Paris. And that is that they aren't exactly the best place to get a good night's sleep. All of the Disney magic and excitement is a great feeling, but there is no tired like Disney tired. And when that hits, as comforting as it is for your head to hit that hotel pillow, it's not your pillow or your bed or even your room. And so many people don't get that much needed beauty sleep. And let's not forget, things are not exactly silent in hotels, with late night laughter and doors slamming as people return from the parks. Or you may have a big snorer in your family, which is okay when you're at home and separated by a wall. Well, all of this can add up to a really restless night's sleep. To help make things seem a little bit more like home, bring some things for added comfort, like white noise machines, or even just downloading a white noise app onto your phone. Aromatherapy sprays are brilliant. Earplugs to also help drown out that noise, and even your own pillow, if you have enough room on the plane or Eurotunnel. But if you're driving, there's no need to worry about that luggage allowance. Just anything that is going to help you relax the most without having to pack your entire bedroom. Get to know the Disneyland Paris app before you go to Disneyland Paris. Download the official app way ahead of your trip so that you can have a go and play around on it and know exactly where everything is located in the app before you go. You don't waste any precious park time when you get there and you don't know where the map is or how to place a mobile order for one of the quick service restaurants. You can also link your holiday to the app if you have booked directly with Disney, and it will display a really useful countdown every time you open the app. The app has pretty much everything you need on it for your Disneyland Paris trip, apart from your room key and photo pass. Family feuds. Yes, they are probably going to happen. You think you may know your family really well until you get to Disneyland Paris. Everyone at some point is going to become overly tired, hungry, not wanting to go back on Buzz Lightyear's laser blast for the millionth time. I do love that ride though. They're going to become too hot or too cold. You've clocked up 20,000 steps and your feet and legs are beginning to ache. Now this is the time how you're really going to get to know how your family members tick. If a super simple action like splitting up into two smaller groups so that one group can do one thing and the other something else, and then meet up again later, then just do it. The most important thing is to compromise. Get everyone in your group involved in planning your Disneyland Paris trip. That way your trip will have something for everyone, and your daily itineraries are a mix of what everyone would like to do. That way you'll have everyone a little bit more invested and more willing to compromise if they know what they wanted to do is coming up later on in the day. Now you should be ready or close enough for your next Disneyland Paris trip, or to start planning. Change is always fluid in the Disneyland Paris parks, so be sure to check back in for all of the latest updates, and I'll keep you in the loop. If you're planning a trip to Disneyland Paris soon, what are some of the things that you always research before you go? Drop them in the comments below, as I'd love to know. If you did find this video useful, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again soon.